Definitely not.
I would not eat, because they're very cute.
We just got a dog this week and I love my dog.
I just love my dog too much, and like the whole idea that it's probably like it could be cared for, you could give hugs to it and you're eating it, 100% not.
He's just really cute and he's got a definite personality.
I love dogs. And I can't stand any cruelty to them.
You can't eat something that you look into the eyes of and you love it. So.
I would eat one of those, but I am thinking about it a lot more than I used to.
Chicken, I would eat. Love a good Nando's. Mayo chicken from McDonald's too.
I'm a vegetarian, and honestly, I've always stand up for like animal cruelty. That's always been something I'm like passionate about, and it's not always just about it being eaten, and it's definitely like the way it's been killed and how it's treated while it's being killed. Honestly, I just don't stand for it.
I actually went down to Cornwall and stayed with a couple of friends, and I've got rescued cats and chickens from farms. I woke up in the morning and opened the doors, and these 12 chickens that they had came and sort of pecked around the bed and hopped on the bed and followed us around. And you know, that did make me think a lot more about whether I should be eating them.
I feel like duck's such a weird animal to eat. Like, it's the sort of thing you see outside on a lake.
Ducks don't feel like food to me.
Similarly with chickens, I think I would eat duck, but I would think a lot more carefully now, really since my chicken experience last year, about whether I should be eating duck, and indeed if I am eating duck, what the ducks might have gone through to get it on the plate.
When you say chicken, it feels like you can eat chicken, but duck is like meant to be a cute animal? I don't know.
I don't know what it is about ducks. Maybe it's the same level as pets, but not quite. Like, you go as a kid to feed ducks, and they're kind of cute, aren't they? They're
both quite cute animals. You somewhat have to dissociate for your mind from the fact that that's what goes on the plate. I would still eat cows.
A cow, I would eat. Beef, really good. I don't have much to say, but cows are good.
I went down to see my parents who live in the New Forest yesterday, and there were an unbelievably beautiful herd of Chevrolet or something cows. I do think everybody in their life ought to visit a slaughterhouse abattoir to decide mentally whether they can put up with that level of cruelty and whether eating that stuff is worth it. I'm not sure if I followed one of those beautiful cows through the slaughter process, being chopped up to getting back into Sainsbury's or something. Probably if I followed it all the way through, I'd probably give up eating them, I expect, but I never have done. So.
Horse meat scandal. No, I wouldn't eat a horse because horses are majestic.
A horse? Can you even eat horses? Is that a thing?
Horse, I guess, would have to go in the would not eat.
I think I would eat a horse. I would put them myself in the same category as cows.
I've always seen like horses as the sort of friendship, the sort of pet, not really a food option.
Maybe if horse was something that was popular for people to eat, maybe I would have a different opinion, but I've never ate it personally, and I don't think I would go for that.
I do know from my few experiences on farms and stuff, cows do have personality and can befriend people. I have a very vivid memory of going on a friend's farm when I was younger, and the daughter taking me out to see the cows, and her favourite cow ran over to her from the herd, and she started tickling it and stuff, and was clearly as attached to that cow as much people do to horses. So I've never actually known myself why there is a distinction between horses and cows.
When you look at a horse, they have a soul. Not that other animals don't have a soul.
I'm going to put that on would not eat. I've never really thought about eating a deer, to be honest.
Yeah, I would definitely eat deer.
We wouldn't generally eat deer here, I don't think. And again, they're just majestic. They're just really cool and elegant.
They're kind of cute, I don't want to eat it. It looks a bit too cute.
To me, deer I'd probably eat most comfortably out of all of those because, to my knowledge, there aren't any deer factories and deer farms.
I would feel like I was taking something off the earth that should that like adds something very important to the earth.
I'm gonna go for would eat.
Lamb, I wouldn't eat again. I'm not as emotionally invested about the lamb though, which is weird because it looks like a baby, doesn't it? Maybe because it's more normal.
I would also eat that one. We all eat lamb. I'm not sure lamb is from ones that young, but I wouldn't be 100% sure about it. But I would consider the life that they've been through a bit before I did so.
I don't know. I want to say would eat, but the picture just looks so cute that it's like you don't want to eat that.
So a pig, because I don't eat meat, I've seen some of the conditions where they've been kept in, and I don't think it's fair on the animal. I think it's cruel, and like how packed closely they are.
That's a definite I would eat. Bacon, can't live without bacon.
If I were to give up meat fully, I think bacon probably would be the most difficult thing to give up. Pigs have a pretty miserable life. I know they're very intelligent animals, and I know their farmed life is not that great. So, but I would eat them, but I'd think about it these days.
If I wasn't vegetarian, I couldn't eat one anyway. They're just too cute.
Rabbits are pets. I know that people have rabbit, don't they? Again, it's not a very normal food to me. But yeah, I'm not emotionally invested in rabbits, I guess. So I don't know why I wouldn't eat them. I just never have, so I just probably wouldn't.
I would eat rabbit. I'm not sure I'd eat that rabbit. That looks like a pet rabbit to me, so you tricked me there a bit. So all right, if he's a pet rabbit, I'll put it on this side. If he's a wild rabbit, I'll put him on. I think he's a pet rabbit, so I'll go with no for him. So.
I'll put that on would not eat. I have tried rabbit before, one time. It was really nice, to be fair, but I'm gonna put that on would not eat. I don't know, if I saw that picture when I was eating it, yeah, couldn't eat that. It was too cute.
I have a friend who has bunnies, and like when you think about a cute bunny, you know, nibbling on food, and then you imagine it on a plate, it's like so weird. I just find it so just different.
So as you can see, we decided to try something a little different and see what people's reactions would be to being asked to categorize animals according to their perceived edibility. And actually, it was really interesting. So these 4 people who we invited to be filmed were picked at random, and it just so happened that 2 were vegetarian without us even realizing until we started filming. What was very affirming was that the teenage girl had actually gone vegetarian from her own volition when she was a child, even though her family weren't vegetarian. Her comments about not standing for any animal cruelty were particularly great, as we were very cautious to not say what our own views were, and instead just ask questions that were more about them clarifying their position. So she actually brought up her views on animal cruelty without even knowing anything about us, although we also care about these issues too. When looking at the 2 meat eaters, what was interesting is that they represented 2 differing versions of animal eating. On the one hand, the woman seemed more typical as a meat eater. She categorized the animals in accordance with the cultural norms of the UK, and even made the comment that if eating horse was more popular, she might have a different opinion around her perceived edibility of horses. I guess this shows an almost passive complicity with cultural norms, as opposed to a substantiated rationalization for why she eats the species of animals that she does eat. On the other hand, the man seemed to be really reflecting on his consumption of farmed animals, questioning if it aligned with his overall values. His story of meeting his friend's chickens was quite touching, and his musings around whether or not he would still eat cattle if he had to follow them to a slaughterhouse is a pretty telling passage. After all, the fact that we don't have to directly engage with what happens to animals makes it so much easier to not think about it. Overall, it was really interesting to see the different responses that people had, and the idea for the concept was to create a situation where obvious contradictions would be seen regarding how we view different species of animals. Because fundamentally, the way we do perceive different species is contradictory and is also something that needs to change. Alright, I really hope that you liked the video, and I hope that you liked the idea behind it. This kind of format and theme is something that we'd be interested in doing again, so let me know down below in the comments if you liked the style that we were going for, and of course let me know down below what you thought of what the people in the video had to say. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.